Hey, how about that weather today? Gorgeous, right? I saw you posted a picture looking up into the sun, Mark and Jessica. I'm sure you enjoyed it as well. Hope you all enjoyed it today. Hey, Riley, what do you think about the sunshine today? He was out in the sunshine today as well. Want to show you a couple pictures that came in, some group activities. This first one from Kimbo Nelson. These are all on Instagram. And they have a do-it-yourself bird feeder is what they did today. That was their project. They said, boy, it was a mess, but so much fun. Oh, I love it. I would love to see the finished product. And then this is from Myrtle Edwards Park, and I believe that's Jaron Jacine. I hope I got that right. But boy, what a beautiful shot there. You can see the mountain off in the distance. And then finally, one more for you from Cheryl Hales in Squim. Says Easter 2020 on an eggshell. Boy, I think you nailed that one for sure. This Easter weekend, things are going to start to change. We've enjoyed a lot of sunshine. We're going to cool off even into Sunday, but we will have sunshine for you on Sunday, but it'll be a whole lot cooler. By the way, the pollen count is in the moderate category. We've been talking about tree pollen: cedar, juniper, alder, birch, and cottonwood. Current temperatures, how about those 50s and 60s? Do you know what? Today was actually the warmest day of the year so far. Jessica, did you hear that? Warmest day of the year so far. 67 is where we're at so far at SeaTac, and temperatures running 2 to almost 8 degrees warmer than they were this time yesterday. We will start to cool a little bit tomorrow. There's a system up to the north. It's going to clip by us, and it's going to give us a little more cloud cover, a lot of cloud cover along the coast. High pressure that's been with us is starting to break down, and as that system passes up overhead, we'll get a little more clouds mixed in with the sun tomorrow. Then by Saturday, a couple of light scattered showers, not much at all, not a whole lot of rainfall, probably less than 1/4 of an inch of rain. And then into Sunday, things clear out, but we'll be left with a cold northeast breeze. So I'll call Sunday brisk as we go through Sunday. And then it looks like your overnight lows tonight, mostly in the 30s and 40s. We are going to have some fog along the coast, and into tomorrow morning, maybe some drizzle there as well. Highs tomorrow are back to about average or slightly warmer than that. Across the mountains, plenty of sunshine tomorrow. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Enjoy it. Tomorrow, not all that bad, about 62 degrees or so. We're going to go outside and take a walk a bit later. We'll send it back to you guys.